Hello, this is Chris, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today, I'll be giving my reaction to It Official Trailer 1, which is the upcoming horror remake based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. And for the occasion, I decided to wear my horror shirt with all the horror mascots on, and there he is. Pennywise is right at the top in his rightful place. So, usually with these reactions, I talk about what I think of the original film, or if it's a series of films, franchise, whatever it happens to be. And it's a very interesting one. It being the film, it not the word. This is going to get really confusing if I do that all the way through. It, the movie with Tim Curry, is one that I actually haven't seen before. I've seen bits of it. I've seen all the key Tim Curry scenes and the funny lines that he has and everything like that. I've seen reviews on it like Nostalgia Critic, and he kind of combs through the entire movie, so I feel like I've already seen it. I haven't read the novel though. Now, I don't know how close the film is compared to the novel. I know it depends with Stephen King adaptations. If you look at The Shining, for example, Stanley Kubrick's movie is just a pretty much completely different entity from the novel, so I don't know if that's the case with Stephen King's It. I love Tim Curry, and he's great as Pennywise. He's creepy, he's demonic, and he's everything you want Tim Curry to be. He's also hilarious as well. I've seen the famous line that he has in the film about balloons and that they float. And spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, it turns out that it's a giant alien spider, which always struck me as really weird and kind of pointless. Like, just have it be an evil killer clown. That's way more frightening to me. But with horror remakes, and I've talked about this on some of my other horror reviews before, I'm usually always against the idea of a horror remake. Unless it's a very inspired take and you're doing something new with the property, then maybe, okay, I can get past that. But usually they're incredibly inferior. They rely on jump scares, they don't build atmosphere, and it breaks my heart, for example, when Poltergeist came out, when the remake of Poltergeist came out, some of my friends were going to see that and they weren't even aware there was an original Poltergeist. And that really just kind of breaks my heart in situations like that, because if you look at like the 70s or the 80s, I'm not sure when it came out. I don't know if it was late 80s or if it was into the 90s. I think it was probably late 80s. Someone can correct me on that if I'm wrong. Horror films were so good. I mean, that was the peak of horror in my opinion. The 80s for horror is genius. The practical effects in there, the horror mascots they created that are still going to this day, whether it be through reboots or remakes, whatever it happens to be, was genius. And it is a film that, because I haven't seen the original, I don't have that strong attachment to it, although Tim Curry is great. And I am looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with this one. I've seen the design of Pennywise already, and I'm not too keen on it. It seems like they've tried to go out of their way almost too much to make it look evil. And Tim Curry's Pennywise was effective because, apart from the sharp teeth, that could just look like any regular clown that you would see at like a circus, or if you're an absolutely fucking horrible parent at a kid's birthday party. And that's what made it creepy, because you could apply it to everyday life. This one looks very sort of like gothic how they've done it, and they've made it look overly evil. But I'll reserve judgment until I've seen the trailer. This trailer actually came out yesterday, and I didn't know whether to do a reaction to it or not, but because it is a popular horror film, I thought I would. So we're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk much more about it afterwards, but as I said, I haven't read the book and I haven't seen all of the movie, so I don't know if there's going to be any scenes from either of those two mediums that they're going to have adapted that are going to be in the trailer. So I'm going to click play now. And I'm almost tempted to turn my light off as well for a bit of, you know, ambience. What do you think?
There you go.
No, I have the light on.
She's all ready, Captain.
Thanks, Billy.
Oh, this is in the drain. Okay, I have seen this bit. Oh yes, they float. They all float. Dude, come on. That was right there. I have no sympathy for this kid already. Pick him off. Why would there just be a gaping hole there? Terrifying novel of the alien spider.
It's not like any time I've ever been in before. People die or disappear 6 times the national average. And that's just grown-ups.
Let's live there.
Way worse.
Fucking balloons. Balloons aren't scary. Although I know some people think they are.
I saw something.
No.
There was this
I'm not going in there.
Clown.
Because that doesn't look like Monster House.
Yeah, I saw him too.
The whole Stranger Things vibes going on with
It's
this.
all connected by the sewers.
And I know that that was basing it on it as well.
What happened?
Is this going to be like Sinister? There's going to be like a lawnmower scene. Looks like Pennywise was just like headbanging right there on stop motion. Ah.
Bill, if you'll come with me.
And jump scare.
You'll float too.
Out the darkness.
You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
Oh, Ronald McDonald's pissed. He wants his Big Mac. Okay. I love making fun of horror films. It's just I love watching a good horror film, whether it's cheesy, whatever it is, and just riffing the shit out of it. But it looks like any other horror remake, in all honesty, to me. It's a film that definitely could be updated. The original is very cheesy. I know it has a big cult following, has a lot of fans out there, but from what I saw of it, it was incredibly cheesy and not all too well acted. Not counting Tim Curry, who's awesome, and I will always say that Tim Curry's fantastic. It's, you know, you can predict all the beats of a horror trailer now, and maybe the film will be good. Sometimes trailers don't do the film justice. I completely agree with that. I'm not sure if this will be one I'm seeing, not because I'm scared of horror films. I love a good horror film, but I am very picky with my horror films. It has to be really good to get me into the cinema now to see a good horror movie. Probably the last one I saw that I really enjoyed was maybe Conjuring 2, and I didn't prefer that to the original. The Witch was fantastic. What else has come out in the last few years? The Babadook, It Follows. I like films like that are a bit more psychological perhaps and are a bit more creative with its scares. You know, personally, I'm not afraid of clowns. I never have been. I know people that are, and I can understand why you would be. But, like, this guy isn't scaring me. Whether he's slowly emerging from the sewers or whatever he's doing, it's just not doing anything for me. But that's just me personally. I've seen films like this before. I can predict the jump scares. I know how they're going to do things like that. And as I said, I'm not too keen on the design of Pennywise. I know it's a clown, so you can't really stray too far from what's expected of the appearance of a clown, but it does feel like they've tried to evil him up too much to the point where it's had the complete reverse effect for me, and it just looks like, you know, a gothic clown. Whereas Tim Curry's appearance, especially that, my favourite scene from it, the previous film of what I've seen, is where he's standing in like the front lawn and you've got the white sheets hanging, the laundry, and then he's just standing behind them waving. That is so creepy because someone could do that in real life, and that's what creeps me out about it. You could just have like some random weirdo dressed as a clown standing in your front garden. That's infinitely more terrifying to me than what looks like the Jason Voorhees mixed with a clown of what we've got here. You know, he's got the greasy, bedraggled hair, kind of looks like Heath Ledger's Joker a little bit. I don't know, and as I said, like, I haven't read the book or I haven't seen the original film, so I don't know everything that happens. I compared it to Stranger Things, and I know that Stranger Things was homaging it, especially with the ending of Stranger Things, which I'm not going to give away if someone hasn't seen that, but all I'll say is it involves a slingshot, and it'll be interesting to see now that Stranger Things has come out, whether they are still going to go with that ending with this film. I don't know. I'll wait till the next trailer. It's kind of got my interest, but it hasn't got me hyped, and I've seen loads of people talking about this on my Facebook. Big horror fans that are up in arms about this film, like, this looks fantastic, I can't wait to see it. I've been waiting for an It remake all my life, and it just looks pretty generic to me for a horror film. But hey, that's my opinion anyway, and I know that my opinion isn't always popular on this channel, but it's all I've got. Okay, guys, so that'll do it for my reaction to It, official trailer 1. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Am I way off base on this one? Does it look fantastic? What do you think of the original movie? Which Pennywise do you prefer? Do you prefer this one or Tim Curry's? Anything you like, please do drop me a comment. In terms of what's coming up on the channel, there'll be more movie reviews from us. I went to see Ghost in the Shell today. I'm looking for someone to do a review with to get that out for the weekend. There'll be more trailer reactions from me as and when trailers come out. I've actually got to jump on another one now for Pixar's Coco, so look out for that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to keep updated with all of our content, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.